Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. My name is Steven Marcateros, and this time we're doing things a little bit differently than how we normally do them. So the way that I generally present these YouTube videos is in a live action format where I'm sort of, recording, talking, doing commentary at the same time. But for City Skylines purposes, since this game does take quite a bit of time to actually get stuff done, I figured I'd move over to a more popular City Skylines recording format that a lot of other YouTubers, like I believe Fresh Popcorn, some other people use, some of the people that I've sort of been recently watching to get ideas and inspiration for what to do in our series. And so I thought that I would download a bunch of mods, and all of these mods are from a mod pack that I got from some person, don't remember exactly who. It's another YouTuber, I think it's like Reek or something. I'll try to look for the channel, and I'll try to find it if I can. One of the huge problems that we've been having with the city is sort of water flow and figuring out how to get the dam system to work correctly. Because the way we had it set up before, sort of like water would flow in, then maybe we generate a little bit of electricity, some water would flow out, and it happened maybe like once every week or so, and isn't really an effective method for trying to run a dam as a power institution, or just trying to create a constant flow channel. And this really opened my eyes to a lot of the problems after I placed on some of those new water things, because with some of the mods I downloaded, you can place your own water sources, which then allows you to have sort of better control over your water. So once I did that, then the dam began to run more often. But along with that, we started to have some flooding issues. So I decided to prepare for that ahead of time and sort of dig the canal a little bit deeper. And then just to continue on to sort of doing a complete and utter renovation of the entire area around this river. So as you're watching right now, I am completely bulldozing a whole district of the city. I actually just finished doing that. And what I'm doing is I'm leveling it out. So I like the tiered structure of the city. I don't like the city to be, completely flat, where you can't really do anything. Oh yeah, right now that's literally how long it takes to autosave the game. Like, to just load the game with 100,000 people, all these highway systems and cars with some of these mods, maxes out my RAM at 16 gigs. I never actually thought there would be a situation where I need more than 16 gigs. And it also takes like a good, I'm going to go about 10 minutes on that. It's an impressive amount of time. But yeah, basically what I do is I go through, I flatten the whole area to try to create some sort of a terrace look where I have the railroad sort of on the side. I'm able to clean up a lot of this and try to make the city look more unique in a way, because a lot of it sort of is repetition of street structure, that type of stuff, and I figure we need to do something a little bit different than that. We need to stabilize, we need to make everything look uniform, try to make everything look symmetrical, and try to get this darn canal under control, because I swear, for the life of me, I cannot get this canal to work no matter what I do, and you're going to see that throughout this episode as well as some of the other episodes that go on. Because, I mean, like I said, what you have happen is the dam, it doesn't work, and then as soon as you put a little bit of water behind it, suddenly all of the water begins to flow out from behind the dam into and just flood every little district there is. And it isn't good. I'm not used to all of these tools that I'm using. This is sort of my first time using some of these highly advanced editing tools that I've never even seen before. I mean, just getting used to all the new thumbnails is crazy. I think a lot of Samson's mods, I have no idea. But the Fine Road Tool mod, it's a cool mod. I haven't actually gotten around to using it yet. I'm gonna get some practice on it in a later episode when we go through some more highway reconstruction type stuff. But yeah, they sort of glitch out a couple times, and they're very confusing. Right now, what you're seeing is I actually dug out a space in the canal, and then sort of the water began to fill in, and then began to just spill like back out in humongous wave patterns, and it was quite intense to watch. Let me say that. I wasn't really sure like what I was doing the whole time or what that was actually going to do, because I've sort of come to this realization that the deeper I dig the canal, the more water that's stored there, and the less good it actually does me, because I still can't get rid of the water. It really just has to do about different potentials. So the water that is near the dam, like the ground level, needs to be higher than at the end of the river, so the water actually flows. If you just keep digging it deeper and deeper, what you're doing is essentially creating a lake. And I don't really need a lake river in the middle of the city. I mean, the people around here are like, what is happening? Because like the water is just like flowing so intensely through the city. I mean, it's flooding districts. I mean, imagine you're a citizen in the city. You're looking out the window of your office building, and literally right next to you, there's this massive flat space that was just constructed, and there's water bursting over the sides of the quay, is just flooding all of that land, and you're like, what has this person done? And so my solution to that is to build a second dam. Yeah, I basically go upriver, and I just construct a second dam. I'm like, okay, what if we hold the water back up there? Because look at this dam. It's not doing anything. It's just basically letting all the water in the world flow right past it. And this is what I like to call the first great flood of Hamilton. I mean, the city has never seen floods in this likeness before. I mean, certainly people have been worried about water levels, but I mean, at this rate, we've actually managed to flood everything down in that lower level and even above that to some extent. We have it spilling over into the upper quay area, which is technically supposed to be like a humongous flood wall. I mean, considering the scale of this canal at this point, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't hold too well. And there I go again. I'm just making the canal deeper and deeper and deeper. And you know what? It's pretty much like digging yourself into a hole, because there's not really any way you can get out of it. I mean, if you fill it in, the water is gonna like splash everywhere. It's gonna disrupt traffic. It's gonna be awful. Oh, there's that thing I built last episode where I was trying to better control the flow of the water. And I mean, I sort of just reach a point where I'm like, you know what? Just gotta bulldoze this dam. I mean, I love the dam, but it's very constrictive, It doesn't really permit you to build in all the places you wanted, and having it up there does me a lot more good than it did having it way down there, because at least I can see what's coming ahead of time. So if there's like some massive flood coming, I'll be like, oh crap, there's a massive flood coming, I better do something about that. And yeah, then just all of my citizens are complaining about water issues, because I mean, when you're trying to deal with a water system like this, trying to actually like pump the water is so ridiculously, insanely difficult, because you never know when there's going to be water available. You have water coming the wrong way up a river, like is happening right there where the water was coming up the river, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But you just got to live with it. The people need water, so you just kind of throw in a temporary little area for them to get their water from. And here we go, rebuilding the quay, trying to get that new flat area to have some sort of, protection from canal overflow. However, the quay isn't really that high, so it's more of just a beautification type thing of where we can get all of this stuff under control. What I do end up going to is flattening that out, making it more level with the bottom of that. Yep, as I am demonstrating right there. And, just generally going through and making it look like a pretty swish place. It generally, I think it looks better than it did before, even though there's literally no buildings there yet. I like having the the different layer tiers of it. Gives it a more unique feel, and it really fleshes out that part that sort of sits below, where you can like put roads and stuff down there. We could have sort of like a drive pass right next to there, and I think that would look pretty darn beautiful. And yep. Another thing that I do is I go through where the old dam was, and I extend out the quay to try and like direct the water into the city rather than like having it kind of flood outside of those walls. But of course they have to stay in that small little area that we've constructed for it. If the water like floods above that, then the water just essentially floods everywhere. I really love all of the new tools that all of those mods I've added. I'll try to link the mod pack I download. I have like none of the mods installed because the first time I tried playing this game did not work at all. And yep, these are some of the issues that we have around the city right here. So there's a lot of traffic jams that are still occurring, especially with the mass roundabouts that I've been building. Those mass roundabouts are a godsend and a mass confusion at the same time. They're, they make things better, but they get even more confusing as you go on. And another issue that I'd like to point out with the city is, well, one, the train system, which we have violently unused in a very abusive manner, where we sort of just have trains running for no random reason. They just took up freight lines every so often. And also this intersection. This T intersection is like the worst intersection ever constructed. Trying to get around the intersection, I think I did that a couple episodes ago, in first person is like a nightmare. You can't get anywhere quickly enough. It's not it's not a very good intersection. I mean, I'll put it that way. And City Skylines really is a game about intersections, and we'll work on that next episode, guys. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, I'm trying to time this up right. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.